Hello, hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's Darlene and it's time for your weekly Facebook Live. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, and I'm excited to stand with you today. Quick adjustment. There we go. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Do I have a little funny story for you? But first, while the notification is popping up in your news feed that I'm live, I'm going to come over on my computer to Facebook. Make sure to mute. And I just want to, oh wow, it popped right up. Okay, so I'm live and I'm in the right place. And I don't want to go there. There we go. No, that's not where I want to go. Where's my homepage? There we are. And it shows that I'm live. Okay, cool. Sorry I didn't give you my typical going live, but that's part of the funny story. Well, it may not be funny to you. Anyway, let's see. There's lots going on still in Stampin' Up. Let me come over here back to where I can see the comments and my screen. Here we go. All right, so Stampin' Up through the month of October is offering a chance for you to get your products at a discount. By doing so, you get $125 worth of product. You only pay 35 bucks. And then for 6 months, you get at least a minimum of 20% off. Yeah, so that's crazy good deal. So there's no strings attached. There's no tricks. You pay $35 plus tax and you can pick out $125 worth of product. I've got information, last week's video. So go back and, hey Blanca, sorry I was a few minutes late. Technical difficulties, AKA user operator. But anyway, if you have any questions about this, and in fact, Blanca just joined my team. So yay. Blanca is now part of my Lone Star Chicks team. So yay for that. And she already got her starter kit in the mail too. Ships super quick. So if you have any questions about what it means or what's the catch, seriously, there's no catch. You just sign up. You pick out $125 worth of product. You pay this $35 plus tax, and they ship it to you for free. Plus, you get a previous paper pumpkin kit. So, yay for that. Here's a little save the date. I've been posting about this. I have my last craft fair of the year is November 15th and 16th. It's at St. Mark the Evangelist. I'm there every year. This is, I think, my 8th year participating. And another one of my downline and her downline sister, they are part of the Women's Guild, and that's where all the proceeds for the booths and raffles and all of that go towards the St. Mark's Women's Guild. So take a screenshot. It's also in my featured section. Come and see me and tell me that you found me on Facebook or heard about this on YouTube, and I have a little present for you for stopping by my booth. Okay, next up, I think this is probably the last thing, but sorry, I got to take it out of the package because I took it with me to class on Saturday. I do a live class once a month at Trilogy Pizza. Typically, it's the 3rd Saturday of the month. Sometimes it is not, but let me show you. This is Club Create for November. We're using the Cheers and Sips bundle. You get a half a pack of the paper. You get a full bolt of the gold striped ribbon. You get a package of the strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems. And then you get the card kits to make 2 of each of these 4 cards. So I will put a link in the description box above with all of the info. If you want to join this, it's a monthly subscription at $45 a month. And if you want to pay and just get the 1 month, it's $49. You can do that too. And all the information is in the same link. It takes you to my blog, darlenestampinspot.com. There's a tab called Club Create, and that's where you'll get all of the info. Now, let me tell you, I made today's project and then I lost it. Has this ever happened to you? Like literally just had it in my hand. Found the ribbon, but was also discovered I was missing the embellishment that I used. And so I was like, good gravy. Does that ever happen to you? You make something and then you just lose it. And I did end up finding it like 2 seconds before I went live. I had moved a bunch of stuff off of my table and it got shuffled in some of the papers. But anyway, so I didn't quite get a chance to finish it. But this is a fun gift card holder. It's a regular size card, so it's a fun fold, but it'll fit in one of our regular envelopes. And then look at the inside mechanism. Let me get a gift card that's not white. Can I reach it? I have here it is. Come on. Oh gosh. Okay. Here, I won't do HEB. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. But I didn't get to finish on the inside. I thought, well, you could either write on here or you could stamp something on here depending on what sentiment you were using. But isn't this fun? And it's a quick and simple put together. So I'm going to take that back out and we're going to use Festive Friends. I was grabbing another piece of cardstock so that I could show you how to cut and score it. So we're going to use crumb cake, and it's going to take the whole sheet of cardstock. Unless you want to use white on the inside, then you could get 2 of these from 1 sheet of cardstock, because this is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I think you get 3 3/4. So you get like at least 3 of these out of a sheet of the white if you wanted to do it with white on the inside. So it just depends. I'm gonna try doing colored cardstock this time and see what that looks like on the inside. But you could use whatever color paper, whatever color cardstock matches your paper, and then you can do whatever you want on the inside. So the first cut is at 4 1/4. And so there's your base. And then I'm going to do the inside layer is 3 3/4 by, where's mine? By 7. Okay. And then you've got some nice scrap left over. All right. So these are your 2 pieces, and let's build it, and I'll tell you the measurements of the DSP. I'm not going to cut it again, but maybe I will. I don't know if I have enough of that pen pattern though. There's a couple of our designer papers that are not orderable at the moment. They both say November 17th as an in stock, being back in stock. So I'm trying to get the glare out. Okay, so here is the base of your gift card holder, and we are going to score this at 2 inches and 7.5 inches. Okay, and then on your insert, your little slider, we're going to score at 2 inches and 6.5. Like I said, so this can be whatever color you want. It can be a contrasting color. It can be white. It's just whatever you want. It's just learning how to make that fun mechanism to make it slide out of the little pocket like that. Okay, so we're going to grab a bone folder and crease those. Now this one, you're gonna do this normal where you would fold it like that, but then this one, and it doesn't matter, but if you do it the other way first, but this one's gonna fold backwards because we want it to end up looking like this. And then this is the part that hooks up here, and this goes in the pocket, and this is this little mechanism right here is what makes it go up and down. Okay, so there is your card pieces. Now, I have another one. So let's put this together in case you're just wanting to know how to put it together and not how to decorate it. That's totally fine. All right, so we've got tear and tape, and I'm going to put this along this 1/2 inch strip. I'm not going to quite go all the way to the score line, but close to the score line. And that's it for the adhesive. So before I take that off, let me show you that this piece folded or open, not folded. You're gonna go almost up to the larger panel. So you've got this little smaller section. This is your pocket that's here at the bottom. And then you have the larger panel. So this is gonna get attached here. So what you wanna do to get this lined up pretty easily is I'm centering it left to right. And this is probably, can you guys see that? I mean, it's color on color, or same color, but anyway, you can fold it back and see that this is flush, and I'm just dropping it back just a smidge. If you butt it right up to the score line, it's not gonna close right. And then I've got it centered left to right. Okay. Let me, I can't do that. Okay. So we're going to grab my take your pick tool. Okay. And then all you're going to do is close the card. And it's going to pick that up, and it's going to be in the exact right spot. And then that's what it looks like. If you need to pause and make sure that yours looks the same, okay? And then when this folds up, I didn't put adhesive on the edges. You could, I mean, I have a really skinny tear tape that would fit there, but this one doesn't have any adhesive on the sides, and it's just fine. And I just have it closed by the ribbon. See, it's not adhered. But if you wanted to, you could put some skinny tear tape there. I think ours is too thick. Let's see. I mean, it's like the exact size. I wouldn't do it. It doesn't need it. But if you had if you had really skinny tear tape, you could do that if you wanted to. Okay, so now there's your mechanism. Now I've got some designer paper here. That's not the right piece. I have oh dear, darling. I'm telling you this. Losing that card and then standing here looking around my room for like 10 minutes going, geez, Louise, lady, just give up and don't have a sample. But then I had one more thought. And now I've misplaced the other piece of paper, so I guess I'm just going to have to cut it again. Oh my gosh. Did I put it back? No. Well, crumbs. What a day I'm having. That's okay. All right, well, I'm just going to have to cut it again because it was here. Because I cut it because I wanted the patterns to match up. So I'm just going to have to cut the whole thing again. No big deal. All right, so let me grab, because I do have one more piece of that pattern that I want to use. So here's this. Sorry about that. I'm just going to have to cut it again because I want the pattern to line up. So this needs to be 4 inches. And the first cut, then you're going to turn it. And if you have a pattern that you're wanting to match up like mine is, this is how you're going to cut it. You're going to make this go to be 3 1/4. Okay. And then move this piece that you just cut off, move that up to 1 3/4. Okay. And then when you put it on your card, you keep the pattern going in the right direction. So then it is a continuous pattern. No worries. This is like the hot mess express today. So we got the mechanism figured out. I had to recut the paper because I lost a piece. This is going to go on the front, and I'm going to open it like this so I can get it. I can see it a little better to get it lined up, okay? And then this piece is what we cut so that our patterns are lined up. Our pattern is continuous, right? Okay, so we're going to put some glue on here, and then this is going to go like this, making sure my edges are lined up. Okay, now, hadn't really thought this part through. Let me grab the stamp set. I've got, here we go. I have my pieces for the outside. Here's where we're going to go. And then I think I'm just going to put this, I was thinking about doing this. Okay. All right. So we're kind of designing on the fly. This is not long enough, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be. I'm using scrap, so you're not going to see it when it comes in and out. So I'll just tell you that this piece is, it's a 1.5 inch by 3.5. And I'm just going to make sure it goes up towards the top. I just used this paper for a class, so I have quite a few scraps going on. So I wanted to see if this would work, and I think it'll be fine. Let's do it this way. So I am going to go up to the top, like, but this part you're not going to see. It won't matter that it doesn't go all the way down. So then that way, use scraps or whatever you have. But if you wanted to cut the whole thing, it would be, this is 2, so 1 3/4. Mine's 1.5, and it works just fine. So you get a better cut at 1.5 anyway. So this is going to open and close like that, right? And then I think I'm going to put a piece of white in there. I have this right here next to me. So this needs to be, this is 3 3/4, so I need this to be 3.5. And then 3.5 by, you don't have to go all the way down. Let's grab a ruler. Let's just see. So it's 4.5, but if you just did it by 3.5 by 3.5, you'd be totally fine. And you could probably even get by with a little smaller. So this just depends on what you're doing on the inside. If this layer is already white, then you don't need this. But I think that on the colored cardstock, it needs it. See, and then that's going to go up like that. And then it closes like this. How fun. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to leave this part blank, I think, because I thought about putting my little sentiment here on top of my ribbon. So, yep, I'm going to leave mine blank. That way you can write on the inside. So let's just put this down towards the top like that. Okay, and so then when everything closes up, it opens like that. And sorry, I lost my words for a second. Now, when you should probably put your gift card in before you write or stamp up here, just because the gift card sticks up a little bit. And you could do a little circle notch here if you wanted to, but I think that it's pretty obvious there's a gift card in there, or money, or a check, or whatever. But you could also do a little circle, half circle notch in there. Okay, so if we do, that's basically the gift card. So hopefully you got the gist for the mechanism if that's all you were interested in. But now we're just going to decorate it. And I've got my little Santa from Festive Friends. So this will be, I don't know, the 9th project that I'm making with Festive Friends. This is going to get popped up, I think. Let's wait on that for a second. Let me grab my blends. I've got my blends here, and I've got Real Red, and I haven't been doing any shading or anything. I mean, like, these are going to be for craft fair, and I need them to kind of have some quick and easy coloring because we're winding down. I've only got a couple weeks. Actually, I've got 2 weekends left of productivity. So I have a little girls' weekend happening this weekend, and I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. You know, it's crazy how much you can get done when you're not at home with your responsibilities, right? Laundry needs to be changed out. The dishwasher has to be emptied. You got to feed the people. I mean, sheesh. But yeah, so I'm going to get a lot of stuff finished this weekend. I like to make myself little kits so that when I do go away to a retreat or, you know, a little crafting weekend, I've got my stuff all ready to work on. Certainly not going to be designing anything. Everything will be like it's already ready to go. All right, so I think that's, well, get his other sleeve here. So this is just Real Red. I'm just using the dark. And that'll all blend together nicely. Okay, and then I've got Smoky Slate. Let's try the light and see if we like that for his gloves. That looks okay. This is the Smoky Slate light. And we'll do his boots. Some people were saying these were his pant legs, but I'm going to color them like they were boots. Okay, and then I've got, let's see, I have ivory that I'm going to do for all over his face. Let's outline him first so we don't go out the lines, right? I'm going to avoid the nose because I'm going to use one of our natural tones for that. Okay, so I've got SU 900. So this is the light combo. Anyway, it's a little pink, a little pinky. So we're just going to, actually, I grabbed the wrong one. I think it was SU 1000. Yep. It's 1000. So you could use that one for your flesh tone too, but here we go. This one has got a little bit of pink in it. You can color him however you want. And then Winkostella. I'm not going to do anything to his beard. Winkostella. You could do some outline with the Smoky Slate or Gray Granite, kind of like how I do on snowmen, but I'm just going to leave it white. There we go. All right, so there he is colored, and for sure we're going to put dimensionals on him, but let's see if I do that, and then he's on dimensionals. Why not? It is me. And I'm just going to put everything on dimensionals. If you're going to be mailing these, you might not want to put everything on dimensionals, but you make your project how it best suits your needs. Come on. We're just finishing up this little, I've got glue somewhere on me sticking, I think it's on my finger. And then we've got one left. All right, so that's fun. You guys do use the crusts around the edge, right? I just snipped it all up with scissors and made them into smaller pieces. I also like to take those edges and use them like for longer pieces. Yeah, make sure that sheet is completely empty before you toss it. Okay, now we're going to layer these two onto the front. Like that. That looks cute. I like it. It's very similar to how I did one of the cards. Look how cute he is. I like that little pink on his nose. Let me show you. See how it's just a little different? Yeah. Okay, now I've got this fun ribbon. Shiny ribbon. Real red. This is going to go under here. And I'm just going to tie a knot because I want to stick that sentiment over it. So we're just going to tie a knot. Okay, and then I'll scooch it over to the left. Nice fun little square knot. That actually looks really good, darling. Good job. Okay, and then trim this down. Might have to trim it a little more, but let's see how this works once I get that sentiment on there. So I'm just going to slide that over a little bit. I know my tails are not the same length, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. And then I'm going to put, oh, that looks cute. Yeah, but it needs to be slid over some more. So if you just kind of bend your card just a smidge, I'm not putting a crease in it or anything crazy. Then this, yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's trim this up to where it looks nice, because I kind of cut that jagged. Okay, and then that got twisted. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to come in from this side and do it because it's a little easier. There we go. And now it'll still fit in the envelope. And then I'll probably stick a glue dot underneath there once I have it for sure, for sure. Yeah. Cute. Okay, so then here, I'm just going to do, now this is a great time to do what I was just talking about, is to use some of these edge pieces. So I'm just going to snip off the edge and then cut it in half. Because I want to go over the ribbon. I don't want to, if I put the dimensional on the ribbon, eventually it's going to fall off, but then it's never really going to stick to the card. I want it to stick to the paper. Okay. Come on, there we go. All right, and then this, sometimes you get those little paper wispies. There we go. This is cute. I like it. What do you guys think? Okay, and then I'm going to grab a glue dot because now I want that ribbon to stay in place. I wasn't quite sure how this was going to turn out designing on the fly. So I had the mechanism in my head, but I didn't have the decorations. And then look how cute this is. Now you can also glue the edges here, but that gift card's not going anywhere. I'm not going to do those either. Where's the other card? The one that I keep losing. Yeah, I didn't glue that down either. So, okay, so there's that one. This paper is one of the papers that's on back order. And it's quite possible that this is the other one that's on back order. But it's the two that I had, and I'm going to have to pivot myself because my craft fair is long before that paper is ever supposed to be back in stock. So I think it said the 17th. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to, does that have a glue dot on it? No. Let's use this one that keeps falling off because there's no glue dot on it. I'm just going to stick it onto a glue dot. And now here's the hard part. Maybe let's go up there and then down here. We'll just like go around the little Santa. There we go. Okay, so let me clear that out for you. Okay, so there we go. So I've shown you 2 little decorated gift cards. I'm going to probably redo the inside of that one just because I want to do some more stamping. And there we go. So let me know what you think. And let me grab an envelope just to show you. Oh, that's not an envelope. I'm about out of, oh, I am out of envelopes right there because I was packing 3 different classes over the weekend. Let's see, what do we have right here? Envelopes, yes. Okay. So then, because this is the same regular size card, it just fits right in there. Now, of course, because mine's all lifted up with a ton of dimensionals, I would have to pay extra postage, but this one is pretty flat. And yeah, so let me know what you think about that. If you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you so much. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure you're following me here on Facebook. I will put the link to join my email list up in the description above. That's how you find out about my classes and registrations and Stampin' Up! Specials and all the good stuff. That is the place so you can be in the know. Also, I will put a link to Club Create so you can head over to my blog and read about that. I so appreciate you hanging out with me for a little while, and I will see you next time. Bye.